Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the defending champion. Fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with white and weighed in officially at 249.1 pounds. Hailing from Chatham, Kent, England. He was a stellar amateur and now as a professional, undefeated with 12 wins. 10 of his 12 wins coming by way of knockout. WBO Intercontinental and WBA International Heavyweight Championships. Moses Itauma.
El combate comienza ya.
Dice Rafa Rodríguez que su nivel a la hora de pronosticar es igual que el nuestro cantando, o sea que flojo, ¿no?
Era uno de los grandes atletas de fuerza en España, Víctor Casado, el valenciano del Prat de Llobregat, que es un gran forofo del boxeo. Dice que gana Johnson el tercero.
Bueno, a ver. Bueno, aquí está Jermaine Franklin.
Bueno, pues el 989.
The boxing world was set ablaze as Moses Itauma and Jermaine Franklin entered the ring in 2026 for a fight fans had been eagerly anticipating. From the opening bell, tension filled the arena with every punch, dodge, and combination analyzed by spectators and commentators alike. Both fighters carried impressive records, but tonight, only one could prove dominance. The atmosphere was electric as social media buzzed with predictions and live reactions from fans worldwide. Moses Itauma, known for his explosive power and relentless pressure, came into the fight with a game plan designed to dismantle Franklin early. His footwork was sharp, weaving in and out, creating angles for devastating punches. The crowd roared as Itauma landed a clean jab to Franklin's head in the first round, setting the tone for what was to come. Fans immediately sensed this fight would not go the distance. Jermaine Franklin, on the other hand, showcased his tactical brilliance and resilience. Franklin's defensive skills allowed him to absorb pressure while countering with precise hooks and uppercuts. Every time Itauma unleashed a flurry, Franklin seemed ready, slipping punches and striking back with calculated accuracy. Analysts were quick to praise Franklin's adaptability, noting that his patience and timing could turn the fight in his favor if he stayed composed. By the third round, the fight had escalated into a full-scale war. Both fighters traded heavy blows, each moment pushing their limits. Itauma's aggression tested Franklin's durability, while Franklin's counterpunching threatened to exploit any mistake. The crowd was on their feet, witnessing a masterclass of skill and courage. Social media exploded with live reactions as fans debated who would ultimately claim victory in this high-stakes battle. Itauma landed a particularly vicious right cross midway through the fourth round, staggering Franklin. For a brief moment, the arena held its breath, sensing a potential knockout. But Franklin's heart and experience shone through. He clinched, recovered, and returned fire with an uppercut that snapped Itauma's head back. The intensity of the fight reached fever pitch, and commentators declared that this was already one of the most thrilling bouts of 2026 pace. As the fifth round unfolded, both fighters began showing signs of fatigue, but neither relented. Itauma's body shots started to take a toll on Franklin, while Franklin's accurate counters tested Itauma's chin. The clash of styles, power versus precision, kept fans on edge. Ringside cameras captured every grimace, every drop of sweat, and every roar from the crowd, turning this bout into a spectacle that would be remembered for years to come. The sixth round was a turning point. Itauma unleashed a furious combination, landing multiple clean punches that seemed to shake Franklin to his core. Yet Franklin displayed the resilience that had defined his career, evading the final blow and landing a devastating hook to Itauma's temple. Analysts highlighted Franklin's remarkable ring IQ, suggesting that he might have found the opening he needed to take control of the fight. Fans worldwide were glued to their screens, sharing clips and reactions across platforms. The fight had become a trending phenomenon, dominating sports news and social media hashtags, memes, highlight reels, and expert breakdowns flooded the internet, making it clear that this wasn't just a match, it was a global event. The combination of skill, drama, and raw emotion ensured that both fighters would remain in boxing history regardless of the final outcome. As the 7th and 8th rounds progressed, it became evident that stamina would play a decisive role. Itauma's relentless pressure clashed with Franklin's disciplined pacing. Each exchange was meticulously analyzed by commentators, pointing out small mistakes and brilliant maneuvers. Both fighters demonstrated heart, determination, and world-class technique, leaving the audience torn. No one could predict with certainty which fighter would emerge victorious as the bell approached the later rounds. By the 9th round, the fight had reached its climax. Blood, sweat, and unyielding willpower defined the ring. Itauma's powerful hooks kept Franklin on the defensive, but Franklin's counters were sharp, exploiting openings whenever they appeared. The crowd's roar echoed through the arena, creating a deafening atmosphere. Every punch felt monumental, every dodge critical. Fans were witnessing a battle for legacy, an unforgettable confrontation that would be discussed in boxing circles for decades to come. The 10th round saw both fighters digging deep, fully aware that the fight could be decided at any moment. Itauma's relentless aggression collided with Franklin's tactical genius. Every punch carried the weight of championship dreams, with neither willing to back down. Ringside fans were on their feet, some holding their heads in disbelief at the ferocity on display. Social media feeds were flooded with reaction clips, turning this fight into a global spectacle. Itauma's corner urged him to maintain pressure, warning that Franklin's counters were sharp and could punish any opening. He responded with a blistering combination, landing a hook to Franklin's body, followed by a straight right that rocked him. Franklin stumbled, but regained his footing, showcasing his legendary composure. Analysts praised both fighters' conditioning and willpower, noting that endurance and mental toughness were now as crucial as power and technique in determining the outcome. Midway through the 11th round, Franklin shifted his strategy. Instead of waiting for openings, he began taking the fight to Itauma, landing quick jabs and powerful hooks that disrupted Itauma's rhythm. The crowd erupted as momentum seemed to swing. Commentators highlighted Franklin's adaptability, noting that experience and ring IQ could now tilt the scales. Every punch carried immense significance, with fans on the edge of their seats, aware that the next few moments could define history. The 12th round brought sheer drama. Bloodied but unbowed, both fighters displayed extraordinary courage. Itauma's ferocity clashed with Franklin's resilience, creating breathtaking exchanges that had fans screaming and cameras capturing every angle. Analysts described the round as a tactical masterpiece combined with raw aggression. Viewers on social media debated every punch, every dodge, with hashtags trending worldwide. This wasn't just a fight, it was a defining moment that would echo across boxing for years. Entering the championship rounds, fatigue began to set in, yet neither fighter showed signs of surrender. Itauma's hooks and uppercuts continued to test Franklin's durability, while Franklin's precision counters exposed openings in Itauma's aggressive style. Ringside commentators emphasized the mental aspect of the battle, noting that endurance, focus, and willpower were now critical. The tension was palpable, and fans everywhere could feel the stakes as the fight moved toward a climactic finale. In the 14th round, Franklin landed a clean right hand that momentarily stunned Itauma. For the first time, momentum seemed to favor Franklin. The crowd exploded as he capitalized on the opening, following up with a series of sharp combinations. Itauma, however, showed why he was feared, absorbing the punishment and retaliating with powerful hooks of his own. Analysts called it a defining round, highlighting the back-and-forth nature that made this fight so unforgettable. As the 15th and final round began, both fighters dug deep into their reserves of strength and determination. Every punch, feint, and dodge carried immense weight. Itauma's power clashes with Franklin's calculated precision, creating one of the most electrifying conclusions in boxing history. Fans in the arena rose to their feet, while millions watching worldwide held their breath. The fight was no longer just about skill, it was about legacy, heart, and the relentless pursuit of victory. The last minutes of the fight were a blur of punches, blocks, and counters. Each fighter seemed equally matched, refusing to yield an inch. Itauma unleashed a final flurry, while Franklin's counters kept him alive. Ringside cameras captured every drop of sweat, every grimace, every heroic effort. Social media erupted as viewers shared clips of the most incredible exchanges. Analysts called it a battle for the ages, cementing both fighters' reputations as elite warriors. When the final bell rang, both fighters stood exhausted but proud. The crowd erupted, acknowledging the courage, skill, and determination displayed in the ring. Commentators praised the epic performance, emphasizing how this fight would be studied by aspiring boxers for years. Fans debated on social media, dissecting each round and sharing their favorite moments. Regardless of who won, Moses Itauma vs. Jermaine Franklin 2026 had become an instant classic, a fight for the history books. The post-fight interviews captured the raw emotion of both fighters. Itauma spoke about the heart required to face an opponent like Franklin, while Franklin reflected on the tactical brilliance needed to survive and counter his opponent's power. Analysts summarized the fight as a perfect storm of skill, courage, and endurance. Fans were left inspired, captivated, and debating who would have the upper hand in a potential rematch. This fight was more than sport. It was legend.